Riders on the storm, riders on the storm. Into this house we're born, into this world we're thrown, like a dog without a bone, an actor out alone. Riders on the storm, there's a killer on the road. His brain is squirting like a toad. Take a holiday, let your children play. If you give us when alive, see never will die. Killer on the road, yeah. Girl, you gotta love your man. Girl, you gotta love your man. Take him by the hand, make him understand. The world of you depends on life don't ever end. Gotta love your man, yeah. Riders on the storm, riders on the storm. Into this house we're born, into this world we're thrown, like a dog without a bone, an actor out alone. Riders on the storm. Ready for the show. Greetings, everyone, from Portland, Texas, or the Gulf Coast, or what we would call now the birthplace of mid-latitude atmospheric nirvana. Greetings, everyone. I'm Aaron. This is the Blaser show, and Booger's right here, everyone. I know Booger's kind of become like almost the official mascot of the show. He's almost become more popular than me. So just wanted to bring him on board and say hi. And gosh, our camera angle is a little high. So, well, whatever. It's only like 5 minutes on this segment anyway, so we'll just adjust it. There we go. I'll sit up more in the chair. How's that? Okay. What? Okay. All right. So yeah. So welcome everyone. I can't believe another week goes by. First off, it's like when I do the show, it's amazing how fast an hour goes by. And then it's like every week it's like, God, another week's gone by, and then it's time to do another show. So it's we got a lot to talk about today. Lot of chasers and wannabes and noobs and just everyone in general that likes to chase is kind of getting geared up for the next few days, starting tomorrow into Tuesday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and there's a lot of people that are. Okay? First, hold on. First off, who is the Mando? So yeah, who is that? Let me know. Let me know here. I think I've got a feeling. I think I know who that is, but I'm not sure. First off, Stuart, there at KNSS. Welcome aboard, of course, and everyone out there. Thank you so much for joining on a Saturday here. But yeah, lots of things going on over the next couple of days, and also Wichita State. The Wichita State plays Louisville today. I'm going to give if you were watching last week, I told you how Wichita State could beat Ohio State, and I think I nailed the game plan almost to a T. If you were listening last weekend, I basically said. Basically Wichita State is a more physical team than Ohio State, but those two post players, you need to get them and start being rough with them from the start, get them in foul trouble, just start pissing them off, get them in foul trouble, and then hold that Aaron Kraft guy, put a hand in his face on the perimeter because that Aaron Kraft guy couldn't drive, and sure enough. That's the way you did it. That's the way they did it. Now, of course, I wasn't really expecting a 20-point lead, but you know what? Hey, they held on. It's all that matters. We're in the Final Four. We play Louisville. It's going to be a little tougher today, and I'll give you my analysis on how to beat Louisville here in the next couple of minutes. But we're going to talk weather real quick here because again, next few days we have the potential for some severe weather and some tornadoes, and the first true multi-day chasing opportunity there is. But as in early April with early season events, there are some issues to be had. So let's go right to it. And I'm just real quick I'm just going to do that before I look at the chat before I go to the graphic. Okay. Oh, Mike Tolliver. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Mando. Awesome. Mando. I thought you were someone maybe that I knew for some reason. You had a term in there that I thought maybe was someone I knew. But hey, Mike, welcome to the show. Or I'm sorry, Mando. Sorry, I'll remember Mando. There we go. Okay, so let's go right to it. Let's pop up a graphic. The problem with early season events is that you tend to have either a lack of moisture, lack of deep moisture, or the timing of the dynamics. And in this case, we're probably going to have a problem. Come on, graphic. Click on, click off. There we go. I don't know why it took 6 clicks in order to make that happen. Okay, but our problem here is going to be lack of deep moisture. I live on the Gulf. I literally live on the Gulf Coast. I live just outside Corpus Christi, so I pretty much know when the return flow sets up in the Gulf for you guys a day later or 2 days later to go chasing. And I'm telling you right now, it is dry here on the Gulf Coast. We have no return flow at all. This is basically a surface map I just took an hour ago. The green number is what you want to focus on. The red number is the temperatures. The green number is the dew point temperature. And of course, the little barbs you see coming out is the wind direction and speed. And basically, we really don't have much of a return flow set up here yet. I mean, we have a little bit of a southerly wind, but it's not that much. But look at the dew points. They're well down into the 50s, lower 50s. And if you look well out into the Gulf, you don't see any 60 dew points whatsoever in the central Gulf. So this is going to take some time to get, I mean, you need 60 dew points at least on the Gulf or on the Gulf Coast in order to have any sort of deeper moisture flow to return up into the central and southern plains. And we have, and if you look right there, even out into the central Gulf, there are no 60 dew points at all, period. So, like I said, this is going to take some time in order to make this happen. So, you know, I hate to say it, but really, I mean, our return flow is not really going to set up until probably later on tonight as far as any sort of a low-level jet setup. And so really, I think chasing tomorrow is very likely out of the question. Um, you know, I think there'll be some storms like up in the high plains that are going to be really pretty. And you'll get some 30 and 40 dew points up there, maybe touch a 50. But, you know, there's really going to be there'll be some photogenic storms tomorrow, but as far as actual get some tornado action, I think dew points are. I think dew point depressions and cloud bases are going to be way too high for tomorrow. Now, how much of a low-level jet sets up here tonight into tomorrow will dictate heavily what happens on Monday. You know, I really honestly think just knowing the dew points already here and knowing how the Gulf is kind of scoured a little bit of deeper moisture, I think you're going to have shallow moisture problems on Monday with that system moving in. So I think as we get into Tuesday and Wednesday, as the system moves into the Central Plains and then is able to fully tap Gulf moisture and the Gulf moisture is open for business, I think then as we get into Tuesday and Wednesday, you have much better chances for a tornado outbreak. So we're probably looking at, as we get into Tuesday, probably looking at more of the eastern part of the Central Plains, and then as we get into the east and the southeast. So I'm not saying there's not going to be any storms and severe weather on Monday. There definitely will be with the dynamics and all. But as far as an actual tornado outbreak on Monday, very likely at this stage of the ball game, not going to happen. Severe weather, severe thunderstorm outbreak, sure, I can see that. But as far as actual tornado outbreaks, I really don't see it on Monday for the Central Plains. If there's going to be any sort of a decent tornado risk, it might be closer down into Texas, closer to where the deeper moisture is trying to flow north. So keep that in mind. Everyone's looking at all these, everyone on their news feeds is posting photographs of Alva and Pratt and all blah 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 from Monday. They're going all salivating and blah 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 blah. But if you don't have moisture, if you don't have deep moisture, you can have moisture for severe thunderstorms. You need deep moisture for tornadoes. And if you don't have the deep moisture, that photograph don't mean shit, because you're basically going to have a stronger cap. So there you go. Sorry to burst your bubble, but that's the way the bubble goes. Okay, so I'm gonna just quick look at the chat board, super quick here as I was. Oh, Randy, I'm sorry. You know, hey Randy, were you able to get enough out? I noticed you had an ad, Spanish Pop Tarts. Okay, were you able to gather? Okay, yeah, I know. Randy, I honestly don't think it's worth it to drive 1,000 miles from Phoenix. Um, Only, now if you wanted to come out here, say like on Tuesday, I think you have a much better bet. You have a little bit further to drive, but I honestly think Monday is not going to yield more than maybe a couple tornadoes here and there. There's certainly not an outbreak of any sort of massive proportion. So there you go. So I'm sorry, Randy, but yeah, there you go. I mean, dude, it's only April 6th? Yeah, I mean, we got all of April and then May. So there's going to be opportunities for you. So no doubt about that. Okay, so okay, that's cool. I was going to make sure I didn't make you mad. Okay, I'm trying to get back to the camera. Why won't, there we go. Golly, okay, let's talk a little Wichita State, okay? Wichita State in the Final Four. Who would have ever thunk it? I honestly didn't think they would make the Final Four. But, I actually, really didn't think that they were going to get past Pittsburgh. But I did actually say, though, that if they did get past Pittsburgh, they would beat Gonzaga, sure enough. And then, of course, everything kind of happened as far as the other matchups to kind of help them out to the Final Four. But Louisville, this is a totally different animal. Like I've been mentioning the last few weeks, Wichita State is a very physical team, which is good because they have to dominate the boards. They have to impose their will on the other team's offense. So they're very good at blocking shots. They're very good at rebounding, and they have to be to impose a presence. And if you noticed last week during the Ohio State game, I think it was at the first or second possession by Ohio State. The big guy, that one big guy, went inside to try to shoot. He was real close to the basket, and Carl Hall got up and just swatted that thing away in his face. That set up a psychological advantage for Wichita State in the fact that Ohio State guy was like, oh crap, I mean he totally jacked my shot, and that guy's not used to getting shots jacked on him. So in a way, that kind of set things psychologically for Wichita State in the fact that they were able to impose their will inside for quite some time and was able to build a lead because of that. Because Ohio State weren't shooting inside for quite some time until Wichita State was able to get themselves into foul trouble, and Carl Hall would come out and sit on the bench, and then they were able to kind of go inside a little bit. And then they kind of, in the second half, they were able to establish that for a time. So, but Louisville's a different deal here because Louisville is just as physical, if not more, than Wichita State. They're fast, they're big, they power through people. They are a very physical team. They are not afraid to throw you down to the floor and get a foul just so that you in your mind are going to think, oh God, if I drive to the basket, I'm going to get my ass kicked again, and that hurt last time, and so maybe I'll pull up this time. That all goes into playing basketball. I got my ass kicked quite a few times driving to the basket, and it does get to you because especially if you hit the floor hard, if someone really just nails you, you hit the floor hard and it hurts. You're going to be thinking about that the next time you drive to the basket and you see that same dude coming up on you. You're going to be thinking, oh, shit, here we go again. I'm just going to pull up, and that happens. And so basically, Booger's bored with fame. Nice. So basically, the way to beat Louisville And first off, it's going to be very tough for Wichita State to beat Louisville. I honestly think it stops here, stops tonight. But the way to get Louisville to beat them is to get them in foul trouble early. And so that means I think speed is going to be a big factor here. Not necessarily imposing your will inside, but I do think that you need to have more of a speed option against Louisville and start getting them in foul trouble early. If you get them in foul trouble early, then I think there's a shot here. And of course, they have to hit their threes. And also, Clay Anthony early, he needs to, he got injured in the Ohio State game. He needs to be back with a vengeance this game. If he has an off game, because I think it's going to be very, very tough for Wichita State to do that, to beat Louisville. So so basically that's my 3 ways to beat Louisville. Foul trouble early. Early has to hit the three. Early has to hit the three. That's just it has to happen. And hit them with speed. That's the 3 keys. So it'll be funny to watch this show in a week, especially if they win. Because here's the if the Shockers beat Louisville tonight, they will win the national championship no matter who wins the next game, because I think Michigan's kind of like Ohio State. They're a fast team, but they don't have a lot of depth. They can so if you get them in foul trouble pretty early, or get them in foul trouble, they're going to have issues with their depth on their bench as far as scoring points. And Syracuse, great coach. You have to get around the mentality, the genius of Jim Boeheim, the coach. But Syracuse doesn't have a lot of really good impact players. They're all just a very good team-oriented ball club, which is very much a Jim Boeheim setup, and that's a lot like the Shockers. So they're relatively small, don't have a lot of size. Their depth on the bench is adequate. So in a way, Syracuse is a lot like Wichita State as far as the components of the team. Wichita State may actually have an advantage in the fact that they're more physical. So I'm going to say this now. I think the run-ins tonight, but if for some reason they get past Louisville, they will win the championship on Monday. Just saying that. Okay, so let's yeah, you're right, Randy. You're absolutely right. They're not going to be able to go to the hole too often. I think they have to pick their shots down below. Now, Early and Baker are going to be huge as far as this game versus Louisville. Both of them have to start hitting their threes. And also Van Fleet. The kid needs to not be nervous because he's a freshman and going up against a very imposing team. And, he did some stupid stuff late against Ohio State that he got very lucky that he actually made a couple of those shots that he did late against Ohio State, because they were really stupid decision shots that he really should not have done. He can't do this. He can't do that against Louisville, because they're just going to take him out for lunch. Okay, so that's what time is it? Okay, well, guess what? Okay, we're going to go ahead and since we've just let's see. I was going to rant about something. What was I going to rant about? I can't remember now. All of a sudden. Oh yeah. Okay. I kind of hinted at this earlier with people on their news feeds. Just posting everything every 12 hours when the new model runs come out. They'll post new photographs and they'll post all the maps and blah 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 blah. Okay. Seriously, people. Okay. First off, this system. The system's not even on the West Coast yet. Okay, so until it gets actually picked up and actually really examined by the Renson network that we have here in the Western U.S., you simply cannot go gaga, start salivating, posting every 12 hours, going through anxiety attacks over what these next 3 days are going to bring. You have to do a little bit of common sense nowcasting, which is what I did with the dew points a little bit ago. But every model run, they're like, oh my God, we can't. Monday looks good, and now, oh my God, now Tuesday doesn't look good, and yeah. You have to wait until the system gets on the West Coast in order for the models to have a really good run and really good feel of what the storm's going to do. So you can't do that, folks. So just saying, that's my rant for the day. Let's see here. Just looking, it's interesting. The usual favorite KU didn't hit. I always thought I didn't think KU was a Final Four team, honestly. It is. I mean, it is interesting, but you know what? KU also was kind of in a rebuilding year as well. So really, they had a pretty good year for the year that they were supposed to have, and that just shows you what a awesome program that is and will be for some time. So hey, next year they're likely to be a contender once again. Okay. So redone version of Photograph by Ringo Starr. Oh, I get that. Okay, I get it. Okay. All right, guys, we're going to be doing some very easy, since warmer weather now is upon us for most of us, we're going to be doing some easy marinades. I'm going to show you very easy marinade to make for steak, chicken, and fish. And I'll show you a whole bunch of different options you can do to make your favorite marinade. So it's going to be real easy. And then also later on the show, I'm going to make you guys the ultimate Bloody Mary. So keep tuned for that. And we'll be right back, guys, in just a couple minutes here on the Blaser Hour, because the food segment, well, we're not making any food, though. Why is it I can't? There we go. I think I may need new batteries in my okay. Maybe I'll change the batteries here in my mouse, in my wireless mouse, and we will be right back, everyone. So stay tuned. We'll be back with some awesome marinades. Let's play some songs here. Yep, definitely need batteries. New batteries. Need new batteries. Just play a longer song here. We'll be right back. It's so bittersweet, so funny, let's lie. Charlie and me, you slip to whatever you die. I'll take you down the only road I've ever been down. You know the one that takes you to the places where all the things we get.
change, I can change, but I'm here in my mode. I am here in my mode, but I'm a million different people from one day to the next. I can change my mode. No, 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 no. Everything's been down. Well, I feel good, but tonight I'm on my knees, yeah. I'm using some sounds that recognize the pain in me, yeah. I let the melody shine, let it cleanse my mind. I feel free now. It's clean and there's nobody singing to me now. No change, I can change, I can change, I can change, but I'm here in my mode. I am here in my mode, and I'm a million different people from one day to the next. I can change my mode. No, 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 no. Everything's been I can change, you know, I can change. Cause it's a bittersweet symphony that's life. Try to make it free, try to find someone and then you die. I take you down the only road I've ever been down. You know the one that takes you to the places where all the things we get. Well, no, I can change, I can change, I can change, I can change, but I'm here in my mode. I am here in my mode, and I'm a million different people from one day to the next. I can change my mode. No, 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 no. I can change my mode. No, 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 no. Take my no, no. We've got to take my melody and silence. Take my violence, melody and violence. Take my silence,
Okay, greetings everyone. Here in the oh, how did that happen? Okay, there we go. Greetings everyone from the kitchen. We're going to show you a little bit. I'm going to kind of show you a little bit here that there's basically some basic items that you need in order to make any marinade you want. So basically, these are awesome. By the way, these are mortar and pestles. You can buy these for like less than $20 at any store like Target, Walmart. But basically, you use this to take all your spices and mash them together and mix them, and it's very, very good to use. But like for example, you know, this is a lot of the stuff you have this at home. So you have like some garlic salt, liquid smoke. some balsamic vinegar right here. Okay, some pepper, chili powder, oregano, paprika, some ground mustard, some Worcestershire sauce, some honey, lemon and lime juice, or just lemon and limes. If you have them in the fridge, you can use this stuff. Italian, just like Italian dressing. In this case, this is like sweet vinegar and olive oil, but it's still like an Italian style dressing. Minced garlic, some mayonnaise, and some Dijon. Basically, you have a lot of people have a lot of these in their stock, and you can use a lot of this to make a basic marinade for whatever you want to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you the first off. We're going to show you the crap. Not that one. Not that one either. Where's my other one? There we go. Easy steak marinade. There you go. Okay, so basically, we're using the items that you saw right here on the table. And this is a very easy one. Just a couple of ingredients. And that's it, So a quarter cup of balsamic vinegar, a quarter cup of olive oil, a clove of garlic. If you do a clove of garlic, go ahead and mash it, or else you can simply use a teaspoon or tablespoon of minced garlic, fresh ground pepper, and and like I said, Stuart, any sort of Italian dressing is a good marinade. So there you go. He's right. But yeah, I mean that's a very easy marinade right there, which is 4 ingredients, and you can use like I said, a bunch of other choices, and a lot of them I highlighted here on the table: lemon, lime juice, oregano, chili powder, melted butter, even Worcestershire sauce. I mean, you can go just basically nuts with creating a whole bunch of different stuff. It kind of depends on your style of taste. If you want more of a kind of a zestier kind of a marinade. Excuse me, sorry about that. You can use like Worcestershire sauce with just a touch, like a dash of chili powder and a little bit of garlic salt. That'll give you a little bit of a zestier. Golly. Hold on one second here, guys. Okay, sorry about that. So like you use those 3 to make kind of a golly. Alright, something just got in my throat, so sorry about that. Okay, but you can use those 3 ingredients for like a zestier one. If you want a true spicy kick to your marinade, a little bit of Worcestershire sauce. Then you can go some ground mustard with your minced garlic and chili powder, and even a little bit of even some Tabasco with that as well. So you can actually do a whole bunch of different choices. So so there you go. Is there fried onions with this? You can do fried onions like on top of a steak, but we're not doing fried onions as far as a marinade. But for example, when you start going toward chicken, here's a God, I keep mixing these up. There you go, chicken marinade. Okay, this is where your options are not as much, but they're a little more citrusy, a little more fruity. Because it's with the chicken you don't want to go all out with a with a lot of the more steak recipes, but like with chicken, this is a real easy one. A cup of olive oil with a half cup of balsamic vinegar, a couple tablespoons of mayo, 3 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, a couple tablespoons of lemon juice, a tablespoon of some ground thyme. If you have fresh thyme, that's fine, but ground thyme will work just as good. And a tablespoon of garlic salt. And basically, you mix it all in a bowl, and then let it sit for like an hour before you put the chicken in. and then maybe leave the chicken in for like an hour, and then go ahead and bust it out. So a lot of these marinades, if you want a truly good marinated steak, really you want to, if you can afford to make it the night before, and then put like this, like put it like in a big old freezer bag, and then put the steaks in there, let them marinate overnight into the next day, like 12 hours, then that would be awesome. Um, so 12-hour marinade would be great. But as far as like the true minimum amount of time for a marinade to kind of get going and you can actually taste the way you're cooking kind of thing, at least a couple of hours to let it sit in the marinade before you take it out and start cooking it. So that's kind of the deal with that. But like for example, with fish, with it's an easy fish marinade right here. You got half a cup of balsamic vinegar, 3/4 cup of olive oil, a dash of Tabasco. Nothing much. Maybe a few drops here. Maybe 4 or 5 drops. A quarter cup of basil, some salt and pepper, and that's really all you need with that. And just kind of baste it. Use like a brush, and then use it, and then brush the fish with it. And this is actually a very good little marinade for like a milder fish, maybe like for like a cod, tilapia, snapper, something like that. So that's really good there too. So there's a whole bunch of different things you can do, and like I mentioned, all those options on the steak marinade, you can use all those options for the chicken or the fish as well. I mean, you can, amberjack, yeah, amberjack. This actually will work really good with amberjack, by the way. This marinade here. So yeah, so there you go. It's all in the way you do your marinade, but marinades are only as good as the time you're willing to put into it to let it sit in there. If there's really, you see those 30-minute marinades out there with like Lowry's and such, and in a pinch, fine, they do a job, but really, if you get a good 12-hour soak on a marinade with a steak or a chicken or something like that, you can really tell. So I see Pat's being kind of honorary today, so that's good. Well, Pat, if you were paying attention to Facebook earlier on, we were going to be doing marinades today. So, there you go. Okay, so guess what? It is time to make our Bloody Mary. So it's time to drink, folks. We'll be right back after a very short song. Time to switch gears, and we will do. See, what do we want to do? There we go. Let's do this song right here, and we will be right back, guys, in just a couple minutes here in the Blazer Hour.
Sticking around your door. It's the night in my heart beating, telling me you gotta have more. Stop thinking my body starts shaking and I can't take no I just want to get close to you, taste your love so sweet, and I just want to belong to you, feel your body in the still of night, in the still of night. Over here, baby. I'm waiting for the night to come. Can't you wait? Can't you wait? Can't you wait? You can't keep away. No. Gotta keep it low. Gotta be so low every day. Can't keep away.
Greetings, fuckers! What's going on, everyone? How you doing? It's the Blaser Hour. It's time to drink. And you know what? I'm going to make you guys the ultimate Bloody Mary. I'm not going to have a graphic for this, mainly because I want you guys to kind of learn a little bit. And you can always go back, of course, watch the show and learn a little bit about how you make it. So, let's go right to it. First off, Bloody Mary mixes. You can use a mix if you want. For the sake of time, I'm using a mix. But like, for example, oh, let's see here. Oh, did someone get mad at someone? Oh, okay, no, okay. Oh, okay, yeah, the ads. Okay, man, Patrick, Patrick must be hitting the Jameson pretty hard out there on the out there in the Irish Sea. So you know he's all his knickers are all up in a bunch today. But yeah, so for the sake of time, using a mix. But like, for example, you use like V8 juice, tomato juice, and just simply start going to town. And that's what we're going to start doing here. There's really not, as far as Bloody Mary mixes, there's really not a lot of really bad mixes out there. You know, I kind of like master mixes. I'm kind of partial to this. I think they do a pretty decent job here. This is the pepper extra spicy Bloody Mary here, but yeah, the pattern was rejected with one of the sheep. But with Bloody Mary mixes, go ahead and stir them up a little bit, which is a lot of sediment, a lot of good stuff at the bottom that you want to bring up. Okay, here we go. We're going to have the ultimate Bloody Mary. We're going to put about, make this about half to 3/4 full. Actually, that might have been a little bit too much. But we'll figure it out. Little vodka here, 360 vodka. It's a very good vodka. I've mentioned this on the show before. They're very eco-friendly. They do a lot. Of environmental, save the environment type of stuff when making their vodka. They use recyclable materials, and they actually do a lot of. They donate a lot of their quite a bit of the revenues to environmental causes. So they're actually very conscious about the environment, and they make a very good vodka. So we're gonna put about 2 shots in there roughly. Okay, little Worcestershire sauce here. We're gonna put several dabs like that. Okay. Celery salt. This is a key to Bloody Mary that a lot of people do not know about. Celery salt kind of helps. It's a zestier kind of a salt. You know, it helps blend in a lot of the components that you have for the Bloody Mary. We put in roughly about a teaspoon. Some fresh pepper. Again, not too much, but just a little bit, a dash, and a little bit of Tabasco. I'm a Tapatio fan myself, Tapatio Nation. I put in just a couple little squirts. Okay. Now we're going to do this. We're going to mix it up here, this little mixer. Insert jokes here. Giggity. You gotta tell me where you got the Beavis and Butthead shirt. Where did I get it? I got this at Casual Mail. It was actually on sale. Couldn't believe it. It was like $20. So yeah, and it's a great quality shirt. I've washed this I don't know how many times, and I have had no fading at all. So Casual Mail is where I got this. Okay, let's see here. Beavis got a big butt. Great on hot dogs too. Oh, actually, no, we're not using a celery stalk. So now that I've mix this out. I've already got a glass with ice in it. So we're going to go ahead and pour it in here. And now the finishing touches. Instead of celery, you can use, come on now, beef jerky. Okay, sip a little beef jerky in there. Olives, I have jalapeno stuffed olives. And there you go. The ultimate Bloody Mary, guys. So instead of celery, you use beef jerky. Use some olives. You can use cheese stuffed olives. You can use just the regular olives. I use the jalapeno stuffed olives just to give it an extra spice. So there you go. You can throw in a kosher pickle in there as well. Let's see here. Twizzler? No. But here we go. Cheers. Ooh, that worked. There we go. There you go, guys. The Ultimate Bloody Mary. Easy to make and a little bit untraditional, but it'll get you going. So there you go. So we got just a couple. Oh, wow. We got 10 more minutes left in the show. So it's time for a little bit of coffee chat, guys. We'll do that here in just a couple minutes, guys. We'll play a super fast song just to not waste much time. So what do we want to do here? Let's do this. We'll do this song right here, and we will be right back.
I've got to leave it. Time on Here I am, rocking like a hurricane. Here I am, rocking like a hurricane. The body is burning, the sun is short. Desire is coming, breaks out loud. Lost implications, someone is loose. Just have to make it with some juice. The night is gone, I have to go. Beside me, you lost the show. The city is empty, ready to end me. On the heart tonight, for life to see. Rocking like a hurricane. Rocking like a hurricane. Here I am, rocking like a hurricane. Here I am, rocking like a hurricane.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to my bar here. So I'm gonna drink the rest of this. And we got less than 5 minutes left, so I'm gonna leave it just wide open for anyone to ask any questions, anything and everything at all. There's no ranking the rounds today, but we'll have one next week. But I kind of saw here that Randy wanted to suggest that I teach you guys how to read a hodograph. No. First off, they're actually pretty difficult to teach. I think I can certainly suggest some links to some sites that will kind of show you the different things to look for in a hodograph. I can certainly do that, and then of course it's up to you to learn about that as well. So I can certainly do that. Links is good. Okay. Well, you know what? Here later on today, I will post on Friends of Stormscape Facebook page. I will post some links to some easy to learn hodograph sites. I think there's only going to be maybe one or two. I can think of one or two in my mind right now. That I can think of, but then there may be only one or two, but there'll be some decent sites for you. Okay, what are you drinking, dude? Have you been paying attention over the last 20 minutes? This is a Bloody Mary, dude. I just made this just a little bit ago on the segment. Or have you been cooking your sausages? Were you away or something? No, I was pissed. Okay. Pissed what? Okay. Pissed. What are you pissed for? Come on, dude. You gotta lay back a little. Don't sweat the small shit. Okay. Ustream ads. Well, that's the price you pay for for a free service. We don't pay any sort of subscription fee to Ustream. We're able to download all this free content and shows and stuff. So, hey, they have to make money somehow. So that's kind of the catch 22. You have to put up with it for a free service. So, that's kind of it right there. And also he's boozing. Nice. What are you drinking there, Patrick? Let me know. Okay, so any more questions? Anyone? I mean, you like quick recipe ideas? Are you stuck with? I mean, are you trying to figure out what to make tonight? Do you want any ideas on anything? We have a couple. We have 2 minutes, which is like an eternity in waiting time. So I need a recipe for a ham. Are you baking the whole ham, or are you or is it are you slicing it out, or how are you doing it? Baking the whole ham. I think a really good recipe for ham would be to take some honey, a little bit of honey, make some ground cinnamon, maybe even an allspice. Allspice, you can see those in the spice racks. I would take maybe at least 6 ounces of honey, and then probably at least 3 or 4 tablespoons each of the allspice and the ground cinnamon. Mix it all together, and then baste the ham, or brush it on top of the ham, and then use that to bake with. And then of course, as you're maybe halfway through the baking process, take it out, brush it over again. I think that should that'll have a nice sweetness to it. So let's see, strawberry bisque. Now I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't have a recipe for that. I've never made it. Will I'm assuming you mean Astros, Randy. Okay, Astros lose more than 120 games. Oh boy, that's a tough question. Um, yeah, boy, is the over under? So if we're doing an over under on 120, I would have to go under. I think if we were going to play the over under game at 120, I think I'm going to go under. Not by much, but I think 110 to 120 is probably more reasonable. No problem, General. Let me know if you try that. Let me know how it turns out. I'll be interested. Oh, you know what? Also, General, you know what? Do some pineapple after you brush all that. Get some pineapple rings, or else just buy a fresh pineapple and chop it up into rings. But put that on your ham, on top of your ham as you're cooking it. So give that a shot as well. Maybe put a little bit of that pineapple juice as well inside with the honey, with the honey mixture stuff. Not that much, probably half a cup, but put that in there. So give that a shot too. Okay, so guess what, guys? It's time to go. I know it's will the Cubs win a game? Well, yeah, they're gonna win a game. Okay, Patrick, enjoy your steak. Uh, sure, go Mariners. Oh boy. Um, Ooh, green chili. That sounds good. Will the Rockies lose more than 120? No, they won't. No, they won't lose more than 120. Um, let's see here. Rockies actually be. Yeah, I agree. I think the Rockies will actually be pretty decent this year. Um, okay. Okay. All right, guys. If you go chasing this week, just be careful. Have some fun. And go Shockers. Woo! Go Shockers. Actually, where's my shocker symbol? Uh, something, yeah, somewhere there. Okay, Bloody Mary, guys, enjoy your weekend. We'll be back next week with another live Blazer Hour. And thank you all. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in and making this show one of the more trending videos on Ustream. Check out Llewellyn Live on Monday or Tuesday. I still can't remember the day. Monday or Tuesday. I forget what day it is, but check out Llewellyn Live as well. And then go back to Phelps already. He's out roaming around South Florida. So see you guys. Bye bye.
Take the train, the fascist regime, it made you a moron, potential white bomb. God save the queen, she ain't no human being, there is no future, in England's dreaming. Take the queen, let's take some money, and I'll figure out it's not what she seems. I've got paper story, cause I got my pride. I know I've got